I predict these things. 2 games in a row I've predicted the right score. You know, I got to blow my own trumpet sometimes. So, look, 2-1 to Leicester. I'm not upset about it because there was a lot of reserves playing for us, a lot of youngsters, and they're rusty. They haven't got a lot of minutes through the season anyway, so I think it could have been a lot worse. It could have been 3-4-1 potentially with the circumstances we are under with these close games coming up. So I think I'm happy with the result. Obviously, I would like of us to have at least got a draw, but I'm not upset with the result. I wouldn't say I'm happy with the result, but I'm not upset about it like I usually would if it was near a full strength team. Obviously, I was impressed with some of the reserves, some of the youngsters as well. I thought that they done all right tonight. I think their legs went a bit after a little while, but I thought he played some good football at times. I thought Matic was very good. I thought Greenwood, superb finish again from Greenwood. And yeah, we'll get into the player ratings in a minute anyway, but let's get into the match ratings. Obviously, it was a massive win for Leicester. They have to keep that Champions League hope alive, and they did that with that result tonight. So Leicester needed that, and let's not forget, they played their full strength team pretty much. So look, I think that's a great result in terms of it not being a bigger deficit tonight, it only being 2-1. So all credit to the boys that played tonight for United, because I think that they've done themselves proud. And look, they didn't get the result, but they were close to getting a draw at least. And for players that haven't played a lot of football this year, that's a great showing, I think. So look, can we just, I don't know what is this guy's first name is, but that Thomas that scored that volley for Leicester, for me, that's probably goal of the season. The technique on it, the volley, the jump, even on the slow-mo, it looks even better. The technique, he kind of side foot volleys it whilst up in the air, like unbelievable. Just unbelievable goal. And you have to give props. Twanzebe and Tellez getting caught out initially, but what a finish. Castani put the cross in, and yeah, Twanzebe and Tellez were out of position. And what a volley though, no keeper stopping that. Where it ends up in the net, top right hand corner, but like the side of the net as well, unstoppable. 1-0 Leicester. Diallo then pulled the ball back for Mason. Quick feet again from Mason, that what we come to know him for. Bottom left hand corner with a right foot finish. Superb from Mason, just out of the stretch of Schmeichel's right hand. No keepers getting that as well. The placement, fantastic from Mason again. Tielemans then had an effort. David De Gea tipped over the bar. That was it for the first half. Wasn't a ton of chances, but it was quite a lively game nonetheless. Second half, from the kickoff, Iheanacho got a shot away, but Twanzebe blocked it. Went out for a corner. Iheanacho then had a long curler miles wide, not troubling David De Gea at all. Tellers then put a free kick into Mason Greenwood. Got a head to it, but it got blocked for a corner. Iheanacho then had a close quarter shot. David De Gea come out, closed his goal down, made it look small, and I believe it hit his inside of his thigh. Great save from David. Soyuncu then scored from a corner, 2-1, unmarked. Rashford just come on, and he's marking Soyuncu and just lets him go. Soyuncu powers past Matic and gets his head on it, but it's Rashford's fault. He's just come on, and he's not switched on, and he lets him go. So that's on Rashford, that one. Vardy, then a back post header, puts it back across the goal to the far post with Tielemans running in, slightly misses the ball very narrowly and crashes into the post. We got away with that one. Maddison come on as well as a substitute, got a curler well wide from outside the box. Then on the half volley, Bruno come on as well as a sub, sliced a shot outside of his foot, but it was going well wide. And then Williams put a cross in for Rashford, who got up and got his head to it, but didn't get enough on it, and it just kind of trickled out of play. That was it for the match notes. Very short today because there wasn't a ton of chances. Leicester had more than us, and well, I think they did. It seems they did, at least from my notes. And I do think Leicester probably deserved to win, but in spells, I thought we looked very good considering the circumstances of having to rest as many players as we did. The players that started and haven't played a lot this year and haven't got a lot of minutes, I thought most of them did a good job. So player ratings, David De Gea I'd give a 6, just above average. An average on my ratings is a 5. De Gea gets a 6 for me, made some good saves a couple of times, kept us in the game. Even though we lost, it could have been more if it hadn't been for De Gea on 1 or 2 of the chances. Williams didn't start great, but I thought the second half was a lot better. Put a cross in for Rashford near the end as well, that Rashford should be doing better with. And I thought Williams had a good I thought he was good today, but I'd give him an average. Nothing great, nothing too bad either. Twanzebe, I'd give a 6-2, just above. He had a few little dodgy moments, I remember, but overall I think he got into the game, grew into the game as well as it went on, and had some good blocks at crucial times, I think. So Twanzebe, above average with a 6. Bay, I'd give an average to, looked shaky as well, and I just didn't see him as involved as much as Twanzebe. And he didn't seem to have that pace about him that we've seen earlier in the season, so maybe he's not fully fit, but average for Bay for me. Tellez an average as well. He put some good balls in at points from like crosses, but defensively I don't think he's great, and he does concern me. I think positionally he gets caught out sometimes, and for the first goal I do think he's at fault for it, or partly at fault for it. Matic is my man of the match tonight with an 8. Played that defensive midfield role on his own, and he kept dropping back in the centre-back position between Twanzebe and Bay, and playing that deep line playmaker role and just starting all the moves off. And I thought he was strong on the ball, simple passes were there, more advanced passes were there, and I thought he was excellent tonight. So Matic 8, and he was the captain tonight. He was my man of the match. Mata wasn't involved enough for me. He had a few good touches here and there, a few good layoffs, and maybe starting a couple moves off, but for me I don't think he got involved enough as I would have liked him to, so he gets an average for me with a 5. Donny van der Beek, I'd give below an average. I thought he was very quiet, made a few simple passes, but just not involved enough for me, and it's disappointing because I've seen him in the past for Ajax, and he looked a completely different player, and I just think his confidence is gone. I thought he was very quiet, and 4 is probably a little bit generous. Diallo, I'd give a 6-2. I thought he looked good. He set up Greenwood's chance also, but he looks neat on the ball. He looks lively at times in flashes. He definitely needs to work on his strength and that in terms of physique, but he's still strong for like the size he is already, but he needs to build out a bit like Greenwood's done, and he's going to be even better. But I thought he looked good in glimpses tonight for Diallo. I thought he had a pretty good game, so above average with a 6. Elanga, I felt like he needed to hold on to the ball a little bit more. I think the nerves got to him a bit tonight. I'd never seen him before. I've heard of him, but I've never watched him before. And I do think there was a few misplaced passes from him, and just things like control and that I don't think was great from him. But it was probably nerves, and I'm not going to be too harsh on him, so I'm going to give him an average. He gets a 5. Greenwood tonight I thought was excellent. If it wasn't for Matic, Greenwood would be my man of the match. Fantastic finish again, and I thought he was holding the ball up at times, a bit like Martial has done in the past. Turning, getting his back against the defender, laying it off and getting going on his bike again. I thought he did that well tonight. I thought his passing was good, starting moves off as well, dropping back and helping out defensively at times. Great again from Mason leading the line, so I thought he was superb tonight. Gets a 7. And then Bruno, Rashford and Cavani all come on as subs. I give all of them an average. Bruno obviously had that slice shot. Rashford had that header that he probably should have done better with. And Cavani, the work rate was there, but didn't really get any service or chances. So they all get an average for me. Ollie tonight, I would give a 6, just above average, because of the circumstances and because it wasn't like a 3 or 4-1 to Leicester. I thought, considering the players he had available and the ones he wanted to rest and the ones that did play that haven't got a lot of minutes other than training, let's face it, I thought we did a really good job tonight. And I thought the tactics were good. I thought Leicester probably weren't at their best, but they had their full strength team out, so that's on them. We could only do what we could do, and I thought overall, maybe Leicester do deserve to win the game, but it wasn't that much of a distance between the two teams in my opinion. So look, I was pleased with Diallo tonight, disappointed with Donny. Twanzebe, quite impressive, shaky moments, but I thought he grew into the game. I thought Williams done okay, and Greenwood again, superb. So look, Matic, by far my man of the match, but then it would be Greenwood. But yeah, I'm not upset tonight, I'm really not. I'm glad to see that Ollie was brave and actually made a lot of changes because it was needed. And even though we didn't get a result, second place we've got, and we're in the final of the Europa, so I think he did the right thing tonight. Gets a 6 for me, Ollie, as I said. But yeah, not disappointed tonight at all. Thought they did a good showing for themselves, the lads. I'd like to see more of Diallo going forward, though. That's a definite for me. Bring on Liverpool Thursday. Hope to God it doesn't get cancelled, because that's a massive game and it needs to get played. And I still fancy us for that game. I'm not going to give my prediction yet, but I do fancy us. So the match preview for that will probably be tomorrow or Thursday, earlier in the day. But yeah, Liverpool Thursday, massive game. Let's just hope it goes ahead. Well done to Matic tonight. Glad he got the captaincy, and I thought he had a fantastic performance. So not a great result tonight, but a good performance. I'm going to leave it at that, and I'll catch you guys for the Liverpool game.